Hey everybody, this is Jack, and welcome to your Friday video. Really interesting stuff happening this week with earnings and interest rate hikes and commodities going kind of berserk and then eventually selling off. That's what this video is about. This video is about the volatility that we've seen in commodities, specifically the precious metals, gold and silver. This video is about the dollar going higher and how it could go a little bit higher, which would not be great for the S&Ps either. And then the theme of this video is just accumulation distribution, accumulation distribution. You cannot see this any better than the entire cycle on a daily time frame since the end of November on silver futures inside this green box on your screen. The reason why I'm a little bit more bearish, or at least, just kind of trying to respect the heartbreakers of all the precious metals, gold and silver, is just to kind of fulfill the previous gap up that we had back in the end, really, I think it's like the last day of November. Yeah, 11:30 there, back down to 21.40 per troy ounce. And so that's kind of my downside target. It doesn't mean that I'm bearish from there. It means we're trying to actually buy the dip with some SLV long calls. We'll talk about expirations in our sessions together. We could be further out into the spring or even later after summer in September. I think both make sense. What we're seeing now is that distribution, right? We're seeing that pullback, and anyone that's traded metals, you're not shocked at all. The dollar went up, could continue to go up, and that may not be good for equities over the short term. We might see 4,100, 40.50 next week, early part of the week, and then we're trying to just essentially continue to buy the dip heading into February monthly expiration. From then and after then, it's a whole different story. But I think because we've come so far in the S&Ps that 4,200 is no longer a pipe dream, and I don't think it ever was. That's why we've been talking about this almost every day. It was almost 150% retracement after another from the August highs of 2022, and I'm talking about 38.40 and I'm talking about 39.40 or 39.50. But either way, every 100-point step up has made this idea that I've had for a couple months now kind of ring true into taking out the August highs. Now, there's this thing about the markets being irrational, right? Like, it couldn't possibly go up anymore. And that's where I'm kind of getting creative and thinking, all right, well, not only could we take out the August high, we could just explode 50 points higher from there. There's a snow line. We've got some interesting momentum here. We've got these 0-day expirations dynamic that's causing these melt ups. We're battling inflation. We're past an interest rate hike. We're past big earnings. There's still some pretty good value plays in earnings next week. I think it's kind of a perfect storm. If we do get a little bit of a pullback, I think we're buying it, and I think we're being a little bit more bullish just into this February monthly expiration. After that, like I said, that conversation is out of scope, and I get a little, I can't help to see the humor in it. If we do irrationally go up to 4,300, who's to say we can't just try 4,400, and then from there, hey, if you want to buy your SPY puts, I get it. I support you, but the main focus right now is gold and silver, and I think there's opportunity here. And I think, kind of looking at this from a fresh lens, and I'm completely flat now. Glad I didn't go long silver. I kind of, in my room sessions talked about how it's important to know when to just be on the sidelines. And I tell you sometimes, especially after 2022, kind of have my tail between my legs trading gold and silver right now. At least if I'm just buying some long calls, I still am a little fearful, and this big yellow bar represents exactly why. So I don't think this high compression in the long term that we see on the Squeeze Pro histogram on the daily time frame on silver, I don't think it actually fires to the downside. I think it is now. I think we could see a little bit more, but I think eventually what this is really good progress for support. And I think at some point, if you're early, or if you have your radar on, you're looking to be long silver from 21, and then gold from 1820. And it gets a little bit more specific. We can draw all sorts of Fibonacci's and cool lines and everything, but it's really important just to be like, hey, this thing could consolidate for another day or two. Let it happen. And then what you want to do is just kind of be first to the party. Long from 21, long from 1820. Take your pick. And I think we'll know too that, if things just completely start to fall and they just completely pull the rug from under our feet, it's not going to just be gold and silver that's falling, and then you'll be on the sidelines anyway. So, if you have a position on where you're trying to be long commodities over the long term, I absolutely love that idea. My message is more of like a word of caution. You're not buying the dip here at 22.40. You're trying to wait for another dip, because certainly you want to respect the pullback that happened, and you certainly want to respect this 4-hour chart. And if you look at an hourly chart, it's from a grander scale here. I tend to be a little bit more cautious and let the pullback have a little bit more follow through heading into the next week. So we're past all the big names for earnings. We're trying to switch our focus from just gold and silver and getting into the corns and the soys and all that kind of thing. So I'm looking at ZC corn futures here. It's not the only thing that I'm a little bit mixed on, but I do have an idea. If we do pull back to about 650, if that were to happen, that'd be a pretty big haircut. That would be kind of an extended haircut. I think corn, again, over the past 6 to 7 months, it's been in consolidation, and it's just been kind of coiling up here. I'm surprised there's not a high compression squeeze, but you can't just expect one thing on another. Corn, I don't know about you, but corn and silver are a little different. And so we'll be focusing on, some agricultural stuff. There's some really interesting macro stories. I look forward to seeing you in the day trading room or the futures room. Have a great weekend. More on this next week, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to like and comment down below to help us out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get notified when we release our next video. And if you want to watch us trade in real time using our own money, go to simplertrading.com to learn how to sign up. Good trading, and we'll see you in the next video.